Hey, now let's see if that contacts have been transferred. Again, go to Snap and let's take a look. Yes, it has been processed, and let's take a look at how it looks like. Let's look at the handwritten name card first, right? So as you can see, the pretty much transcribed the correct information, except for the email that is some misspelling because nothing is perfect, right? So let's amend that. Okay, and what we can do is to immediately set them on the tag that we have configured, and this will initiate the message to this contact upon saving. The tag will be applied to the contact, thereby initiating that sequence. Right, and a very nifty thing is I can immediately save it to my phone without an extra step to create a record in my phone. Cool. And let's look at the name card where it's a light on light background and see how that turns up. We created one that is looking at the entire name card, and it pretty much matches the name card. Wendy mail gif.com, yes, and the telephone number is correct. Guess what? Even such a small font, the transcribe is rather complete, and we are happy with that. So we'll add the potential partner tag, and again, clicking the save would then launch the tag sequence. I'm not gonna do that now, but because this I'm happy to send to myself, but not to Wendy, right? So let's look at this, how that applies in the sequence. Once we have applied the tag, the post-networking follow-up sequence will launch. And if the meeting happens within that 2 weeks, we go back to fill in an internal form. Then that will send out a customized and personalized email to talk about where they met, what they talked about, and the next action steps. So how does the internal form look like, right? And how do you fit that into your work habits, right? So maybe immediately after my contact with this person, I would be going back to my office to look at whom I've met, right? So maybe Brandon, or you can even use some filters or pre-saved list. So this record, you can go to this internal form and then find out which internal form that you want to see. And you notice that there will be a lot of forms, and that's why again we have to really make sure that we fill up the label the internal form correctly, so that you know exactly which form we're talking about. And see, so we met at Starbucks Capital Tower. I can fill that in, and we talk about how to grow the sales by more than 50%, and the next action steps is number 1, sign up for my ebook, to do my video course, third, give me a big hug. Yes, and notice that I do not capitalize H because I want it to come out just exactly what we as a complete sentence, right? We talked about how to grow your sales by more than 50%. I don't want this to become a capital H. So upon saving this form, that will kick off the sequence that you want to automate. Right, then he will receive a follow-up email that looks personalized, and then that will terminate the sequence on the follow-up end and launch the post-meeting follow-up sequence.